Real Madrid, who has proven several times that they do not become hostage to their idols. Even victorious names in the recent history of the club like Cristiano Ronaldo and Sergio Ramos ended up leaving Real after the club did not meet their demands for a new contract, even with the team filled with great players and in a great phase. Coming up next season, another batch of players will leave the club for a renewal of pieces. Real Madrid is a team that understands very well when it's time to end a player's cycle. So in this video, we will inform you about the list of dismissals of all the names that may leave Santiago Bernabéu next season. I mentioned in the introduction that Real Madrid is a team that knows very well when it's time to end a player's cycle. So this has already happened with Cristiano Ronaldo and happened with Sergio Ramos. Naturally, there are always some names that leave Real Madrid every season, in a similar situation. Last season, even, you may remember, we had midfielder Isco and fullback Marcelo, names that were very important for Real Madrid a few years ago, not performing as expected anymore. So Real understood that it was time to release these players at the end of their contract, and now this can happen once again with several other names from the club. Let's go! So, the first name that may leave Real Madrid next season is the 33-year-old Spanish defender Nacho Fernandez. Nacho has never been a starting player or an important piece in Real Madrid, but he was the kind of player that whenever the coach wanted to count on him, he ended up playing and didn't compromise anything. On the contrary, Nacho is a player who adds value in all defense positions. If he needs to play as a center back, he plays as a center back. If he needs to play on the right back, he plays well. On the left back, he also plays well. So he's that famous versatile and hard-working player who, wherever the coach puts him, manages to do well and solve problems. However, at 33 years old, his contract expires in June, and Real Madrid is already looking at the market to have new options for the defensive system. So Nacho Fernandez is a player who, even though he has been very participative in Real Madrid in recent years, may not have his contract renewed now due to his age. And the club brings in new players who can do the same thing he has been doing, being that versatile and hard-working player for some defense positions. As for his performance this season, he has played 32 games and has 1 assist. 32 games is a high number of participations. Next up, Spanish midfielder Dani Ceballos, aged 26, may leave Real Madrid next season as his contract also expires in June. When a contract ends and the club is no longer interested in the player, he may leave for free, without transfer costs. Although a talented player, Ceballos does not have space in Real Madrid due to strong competition from established players such as Modric and Kroos, and new players seeking opportunities such as Camavinga. Ceballos had 33 games this season, scoring 1 goal, but he may find other opportunities in the market, such as at Wolverhampton in England, which has already shown interest in the player. Toni Kroos is undoubtedly an exceptional player and one of the most important names in Real Madrid's midfield in recent seasons. With his talent and vision on the field, he has helped to conquer several important titles for the club. However, his contract with Real Madrid ends in June and there has not yet been a confirmed renewal. In addition, Kroos himself mentioned the possibility of retiring at the end of this season, which would be a surprise considering his relatively young age. It is difficult to say what will happen with Kroos in the future, but he will certainly leave a great mark on Real Madrid and football as a whole. Midfield partner Kroos, Luka Modric, is another player who may leave Real Madrid, but this time it would be due to the club. Modric is 37 years old, but he seems to be the type of player who gets better with age. He plays an important role in Ancelotti's team, calling a lot of the shots, scoring goals, and making assists. Looking at his numbers, they do not fully translate the importance he brings to the team. Even though he has scored 6 goals and made 6 assists in 38 games this season, everyone knows that he is worth much more than those 12 goal involvements. His contract also ends in June, and he wants to renew. He understands that he is playing well and deserves at least one more year of contract. However, Real Madrid has not approached him to discuss a renewal, which according to GOL Portal, is bothering Modric and his representative. The last time he spoke with the Real board about a renewal was many months ago, and he wants to know if he will be part of the plans for the next season. For now, there is no response on that. Let's now move on to the attack. The first name that will certainly leave Real Madrid at the end of the season is 29-year-old striker Mariano Diaz. Mariano had a good season with Lyon before joining Real Madrid, where he wore the number 7 shirt after Cristiano Ronaldo left for Juventus. However, Mariano never had any relevance in the Real Madrid team and hardly played in matches. This season, he only had 8 appearances. In my opinion, he doesn't have the level to be at Real Madrid, and his contract expires in June, which means it won't be renewed. Mariano has already stated that he's not good enough for Real Madrid, but he could be an option for second- and third-tier European football teams. West Ham and Leeds in England, as well as Nice in France, are already keeping an eye on him if he becomes a free agent. Another forward who is likely to leave Real Madrid at the end of the season is Marco Asensio. The 27-year-old has always had ups and downs with the Real Madrid board. He's had a good season and is essentially the 12th player, who always comes off the bench, sometimes in place of Vini, sometimes in place of Rodrigo. He's the kind of player who comes on and scores goals. He's played 36 games this season, scored 8 goals, and provided 6 assists. His contract ends in June, and Real Madrid has been discussing a renewal with him in recent months. However, Real Madrid doesn't want to offer Asensio what he's asking for. If Asensio stays, it will have to be on Real's terms, otherwise, he will have the same fate as Sergio Ramos and leave the club. And then, what will happen next, nobody knows, but a team that has already expressed interest in him is Real Madrid's rival, Barcelona. And the last name on the list who is likely to leave Real Madrid next season is the Belgian forward, Hazard, who is 32 years old. He is the only player mentioned in this video whose contract does not expire in June of this year. In his case, his contract expires in June 2024. Hazard has barely played for Real Madrid this season and had his last appearance in a La Liga game last week when the team was already winning by a large margin. He has only played 8 games this season, scoring 1 goal and making 2 assists. The truth is that this was a highly disappointing signing for Real Madrid. He arrived for €115 million, as the highest paid player in the squad, with expectations of being the star of Real Madrid's attack, but this never happened due to injuries and being overweight. Given this context, it is almost certain that he will leave Real Madrid at the end of the season. Hey guys! I hope you enjoyed the football curiosities we shared today here on Goal Gossip. It was a lot of fun exploring these interesting facts about the world's most popular sport. If you liked the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel to not miss any new content. We always have new curiosities, game analysis, and much more about football. And if you have any suggestions for a next video topic, leave them in the comments below. We love to hear your opinion. That's it for today, guys. See you in the next Goal Gossip video. Until then.